everyone, and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco is here with Moon and Binks, and we are continuing Ace Attorney, Justice for All.
Justice for maybe. We just don't know with this judge. He's terrifying. I fear him.
Aw, nah, he's fine.
He's fine, but he's also incredibly stupid.
That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
Order! Order! Whoa. Hey, shit. Edgeworth, rude.
What is the meaning of this right? So what if the button was torn off after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean? Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? I can't believe.
There is only one logical reason for doing something like it was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There is no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murder is? Or the real murderer, rather.
Yeah, I was like, murder?
Yeah. Somebody else was killed. It really wasn't Juan Carita, and he's hiding out somewhere right now.
Fake murders everywhere!
Yeah, they
Please.
just faked the murder so that he and On Guard could be together.
Finally.
The public would never accept them.
Oh
Oh.
my god, Romeo and Juliet, yes!
Yes! Except for it went terribly wrong. Nobody got murdered in that one. Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Have you never watched a crime procedural?
No!
That doesn't exist in this universe, just like actual laws!
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard is...
It's Pearl.
Yep.
Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! You are Mr. Corrida's killer, now use electroshock.
Adrian Andrews!
Oh my god!
What?
Her glass is just shattered. What?
Yeah, because my glasses shatter every time I'm shocked.
Order! 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 Mr. Wright! Stop it! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge against this very pretty lady?
What? I thought this was a Pokemon battle. Gee.
That's why her glass is shattered. She tried to use electroshock and it just kind of rebounded.
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrew.
How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
This is Phoenix Wright we're talking about. He has the dumbest luck of all.
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Engarde, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
She even has another pair!
Yes, she's rich and has endless pairs of glasses.
Just in her bag.
What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Engarde was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Engarde's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrew.
I see! What about the empty guitar case?
Well, naturally, it had a black and white guitar inside.
I was waiting for that! I was hoping.
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrew. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene.
Well, that's a sexy photo.
Very. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case?
You know, now that we're seeing how long, because we don't usually see how long her hair is, she's kind of reminding me of what's her name from Valhalla?
Oh right.
The waifu of all waifus.
Yes, the waifu of all waifus that we weep over because she's straight. Oh, oh God, what is her name? She's beautiful. Hold on.
We need to get a picture for a Binks.
Yes, Binks must understand.
Started with an A.
Oh God, Alma.
Alma, yes. Slap a picture of Alma right in there.
It's even transparent so you can look at her. Beautiful. That's, yeah, if Alma killed people, that'd totally be Alma. Oh, I love her. But also, I was thinking, because I said that this is such a sexy photo, but also, like, the juxtaposition of dead body in background is really great. Kind of ruins the mood. Or elevates it, depending on how you feel.
Yes. I would say for some people it does it.
It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No, I... But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
Yeah, that's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth could believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Angard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
You heightist.
Mood.
Yeah.
Please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews?
Are you a shorty short?
I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
That's as good as saying, I'm fucking guilty. Well, yes, but this is also bullshit video game logic. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. But, you know, it's
What?
about you being short, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sensitive about that.
I mean, yeah, but also you can just look at me and see kind of how tall I am. So you don't need me to say the words I am 4'11" to confirm or deny my height.
Yeah. Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Angard's room, Adrian Andrews.
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright. Thinking about how to ask her out.
Mood.
Yes. That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done.
What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
I can't believe you gave him a backhanded compliment.
What?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial.
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
Obstruction of justice, mostly.
Yeah. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do. And that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
Yes, now go out and play. I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial...
Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please, continue the trial.
What are you sweating for?
I always sweat.
It's very hot.
Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please.
Oh.
I mean, you can beg me too.
Amazing.
Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya.
But it is impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you?
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there's one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when finds a body, they are shaking up, not stirring a glass of juice.
So my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that you have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Wow, Edgeworth, you really love Phoenix.
That's
Like,
not
wow.
bad.
I can't even believe this shit. Holy.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him.
He's got a case of the Dokies.
He has heart eyes.
Straight up.
Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. Frenemy.
Ooh, rhyming.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you just say so in your earlier testimony and not bold-faced lie to me?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that beautiful brain of yours?
The brain blushes a little.
Wow. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
That glass of juice, I didn't pour it for myself.
But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Ugh.
I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state.
So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrida?
I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
Slumped over.
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd?
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind.
Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he had lost the Grand Prix. And and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to.
Huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, you tell us the truth this time.
I just had a thought.
Oh?
I wish that there was a prequel game with Mia and, like, fledgling Phoenix Wright, not Ace Attorney.
That'd be super
Aw.
cute.
That would be adorable.
Come on, Capcom. Do it.
Well, because, like, especially because Mia is so competent, and I kind of long for her to be, like, in control.
Oh yes, a Mia game, yes.
Would be so cool.
Yes.
Oh, and the end of that game would be really bittersweet considering things.
Mm-hmm.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
Well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
No!
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light, despite me several times today trying to end the trial at, reasonable stopping points. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ongard, is not guilty after all. That's super spring fresh breeze or whatever the fuck he says. I just want a banana.
That's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
You murderer.
Yes, you murdered a man. Miss Murderer.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. For reasons unknown to me. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ongard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ongard, finally.
Your
For
Honor,
fuck's sake.
the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
The absolute real truth. What are you doing? Trying to beat a dead horse?
Yes.
Well, you better get a bigger thing to whip it with.
Franziska's whip.
Oh, yes.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye!
Bye. Shade says Mr. Midnight lick his balls in victory. God damn it, I was thinking the same thing. God damn
The
it.
ship was going down until it crashed. Everything was destroyed.
Kaboom.
The end.
Huh.
But that is a very sad ending, Itward. Tell me another, please. Alright, this is the story of Franbo and me. When she promised never to forget me about the magic of everything, or about the magic of everything. I promise, Itward, I'll never forget you. Good. Now it's time to sleep.
Look at Mr. Midnight!
Expect me in your dreams, my friend. Chapter 4, Part 2, Doctor's Prescription.
I had to take a picture of that last little thing because that was cute. Hey, it's a deer! Oh, there it goes.
Itward? Oh, Kitty, we're alive. We survived the crash.
Oh dear. Yes, we are alive. Sometimes this feels very much like Dorothy of Oz or Alice in Wonderland, but more Dorothy of Oz sort of thing when she's around with Henrietta the hen.
But Itward is gone. But,
But he brought us home. We are outside the town, Fran. I can smell it.
Are you sure, Kitty? Are we already home?
Shade's got Shade's got censored by the automod. I thought you would be happier about it. What is it?
It's just that I wonder where Itward is. I wish I could say goodbye.
Uncensored. Shades is back in business. Maybe you can take the medicine to see him again.
Yes, Kitty, but I took all the pills already, you see? The bottle is empty.
Convenient.
Anyway, let's go home. Maybe Itward will come to see me someday.